Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. I'm Salma CINDYAISYA and my friend.
My name is RIZQULLOH. We from Group 6 would like to present the result of our discussion.
Okay, first starts with me. The topic sentence is, what is story about? Where and when did it take place? A answer is contingent of Madiun district at Gresik Petrokimia Madiun. The second is supporting sentence. What happened first? My answer is when I competed at the provincial level, I missed my family, especially my mother. What happened next? My answer is I couldn't sleep without my mother beside me. Fortunately, at the time, I already had a cell phone, so before going to bed, I took the time to get up the courage to ask for my cell phone at the coach for 5 minutes to call my mother. And what else happened? My answer is, and the next one, every morning we are exercise at the Petrokimia Gresik Stadium for 1 hour. This is where my skin start to turn brown. How did the experience end? Finally, I returned to Madiun with the second runner-up the provincial level. And the last one is concluding sentence. What was important about the experience and how did it affect you? I got a very of new friends from all over from Madiun Regency. And this is my text. Like God, but have a lot of self-love. One of them was when was a contingent of Madiun Regency. I became representative of the women's short put sport in Madiun Regency, and I felt very happy and very lucky. So I had to train hard and also had to be spared from my parents. First, when I competed at the provincial level, I missed my family, especially my mother. At the time, I was in a grade 6 elementary school to grade 3 junior high school. And finally, I couldn't sleep without my mother beside me. Fortunately, at the time, I already had a cell phone. So before going to bed, I took the time to get up, to correct, to ask the coach for my cell phone for 5 minutes to call my mom. I feel a little relieved because it has become a cure for my longing for my mother. The second time, I feel very lucky because being a representative of the Madiun district, contingent met me, get me my friend, many friends from various cities. And the thing that reminds me the most to this day is that every morning we exercise at the Petrokimia Gresik Stadium for 1 hour. This is where my skin starts to turn brown, but it's okay because I have to bring the good name of my emergency. What traumatized me was when the clock started. Dinner after eating as I remember the participants representing the sport of repulsion. Volleyball, sepak takraw were served with duck egg drink mixed with honey. Gosh, it made me want to vomit after drinking. If we were told to eat bananas put in our sport, the coach had a reason why he told us to drink and I eat banana cause I'm strong and have good energy. I'm very lucky to be one of the Madiun Regency sport contingents because I can meet new friends and have different characteristics. That's my precious experience and I will never forget it. Thank you.
And then I want to read the editor checklist. Yes, number one, does the paragraph have a topic sentence that tells what the story will be about? My answer is yes, she does. And two, the supporting sentence tell the details of the story. My answer is yes, she does. And then does the writer use sensory and emotional details? If so, what sensory and emotional details are included? My answer yes, she has it. Is emotional is that she is proud of himself because his efforts were not in vain. And then does the writer use sequence word and transition word to explain the order of the events in the story? If so, which one? My answer is yes, she did it. The first time she participates in a competition at the provincial level until she said that she was lucky to be one of the sports contingent of medium regency. And then does the paragraph have a concrete sentence that wrap up the story? My answer is yes, she has it. I am very lucky to be one of the many Regency sport contingents because I can meet new friends and have different characteristics. That's my precious experience and I will never forget it. And then does it include a comment about the experience? If so, what is the comment? My answer is yes. The paragraph tells about a valuable experience, and I think it is very good in terms of word order and sentence usage, which is very effective to understand. And then I want to I will write out the checklist that I am working out. My topic sentence: follow the children to school. Supporting sentence: what happened first, starting from saying school children and then following them to school. What happened next? And then he was entrusted by his mother to the school, and the teacher did not mind it. What else happened? Therefore, he entered elementary school earlier than others. It's my concrete sentence. I like the story with the enthusiasm for learning that the author mentioned. This can be used as an example for the next generation. And then my text is childhood. In in the story, I will tell my personal experience when I was a child and went to go to school immediately. At that time, I was approximately 3 years old. Every morning, I always saw and meet children to go to school. Because of that, I also want to go to school immediately. Finally, every morning, I followed the children to school without my parents know, because the distance between my house and elementary school is very close. It is one of the factors why I can meet school children every day. After a few days following the children to school, finally I was interested by my mother at the school. The teacher also doesn't mind if I join them at school. And from that, I entered elementary school earlier than others. At that time, I entered elementary school at the age of approximately 6 years. A short story about my personal experience. Thank you.
Okay, next I will read on the checklist that I working on. And the first is, does the paragraph have a topic sentence that tell what the story will be about? My answer, yes, it is. Um, Next, do the supporting sentence tell the details of the story? My answer, yes, it is. And the third, does the writer use sensory and emotional details? If so, what sensory and emotional details are included? My answer is no, she doesn't. And the fourth is, does the writer use sequence word and transition word to explain the order of the events in the story? If so, which one? My answer is she does. There are is finally, after a few days, and at the time. And the last one is, does the paragraph have a complete sentence that will group the story? Does it include comment about the experience? If so, what is the comment? My answer is no, she doesn't. Um, okay, we are from Group 6. Would like to say thank you very much.
And thank you for your attention to listen to our presentation.
Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.